Yo, what's good? It's your man, 100 Grand Russ with The Rock Never Stops. I want to talk about Bol Bol. Recently, he was released from the Orlando Magic. And if you followed my channel, and I'm going to post the other videos I did on him this past season in the description box. Bol Bol has been an extremely intriguing talent since he came into the league, even when he was at the University of Oregon. He was an extremely talented, versatile offensive force who also had the ability to play with great length on the court. He's one of those definitely unicorn type players, probably the closest that we have to a Kevin Durant. He truly is a player who has really high level perimeter skills, probably far more perimeter skills than he does interior skills. But when we think about his game and how he plays, I begin to see that there is one major flaw, and I want to dive into that in this video. He hasn't figured out how to fill in all the complementary parts of his game. He hasn't figured out how to make an extreme impact, maximizing his physical tools without scoring. I watched him with the Orlando Magic last season, and he had a stretch where he looked good. And the reason why he looked good, and once again, it's going to be in the video that I'm going to post in the description box. He looked great because I thought he had turned the corner and figured out if he does all the little things, it'll earn him the playing time that will allow him to play his offensive game and look great. And he did for a stretch. He was shooting over 50% from the field, over 36% from the three-point line, getting over a block and a half a game. He was rebounding. He was scoring. He looked great in transition, playing with a high motor. And I was like, this is the Bol Bol we've all been waiting for. And then he seemed to lose some steam. He seemed to slow down a little bit. And shortly after, he contracted COVID and was out for an extended period of time and fell out of the rotation. Now, where does that leave him right now? A lot of people think this might be the end. But actually, if you've been following this free agency period and this offseason, one of the major things that has really shifted how teams have operated within their team construction has been because of the new collective bargaining agreement. Now they have the second layer salary cap that imposes more of a hard cap, which I think is whack altogether. All the excuses of competitive balance and helping out small market teams is whack. You look at Major League Baseball, they don't have a salary cap. You have plenty of competitive balance. You look at Major League Soccer throughout the world, no salary cap, plenty of competitive balance. But the NBA gets away with it, following in the NFL's footsteps, which is not a good look. But it's all to say that because of this new collective bargaining agreement, teams are far less likely to hold on to players who will need contract extensions when other players they know they will have to pay a lot of money to are also going to be up for contract extension. You see, in the next few years, Bol Bol is going to have to wrestle with, especially if he had stayed on the Orlando Magic, is having to contend with the free agency period of next summer, Markelle Fultz. I believe the year after that, he's going to be looking at Franz Wagner. He's going to be looking at Wendell Carter Jr. He's going to be looking at, I think Wendell Carter Jr. Already got resigned, but he's going to be looking at Paolo Banchero, Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony. A lot of these young guys that they already have who have been more a part of their central core are already going to be up for contract renegotiations or extensions. In which case, they have to take a look and say, can we re-sign all of them? Can we even be in position to? And if not, how do we position ourselves to do so? And unfortunately, I think that Bol Bol got squeezed out because more of a numbers game than he just wasn't playing well and isn't worth keeping on his team. If I'm honest with you, I would love to see Bol Bol get picked up by a veteran team. I would love to see him picked up by, let's say, a Milwaukee Bucks, a Miami Heat, right? A team that's going to demand that energy and effort in playing in the little parts, but also need an opportunity to gain a high level talent and take a chance on them, because they're likely never going to get them in the draft. They're never going to draft high enough to be able to get somebody like that. But I would love to see him in a space like Golden State, where he can come off the bench and be a stretch forward who can defend multiple positions, right? I would love to see him someplace like, I don't want to say Philadelphia, kind of a crapshoot, but even a team like Toronto, even a team like the Indiana Pacers, teams that have structure and that will ask him to fill in these small areas of his game. Can you be a consistent defender that can switch onto the perimeter and in the post? Can hold his own just enough. And if there's a player comparison that I would love for Bol Bol to fall in love with, it's Chet Holmgren. Look, I'm not saying Bol Bol's a bad passer, but I don't think he's Chet Holmgren level yet. However, I think he's a better shooter. He's better in transition, bringing the ball up. He has a better handle and better finishing around the rim. But Chet Holmgren is an elite defender. His IQ, his timing, his positioning on the court, his ability to cover on the court, that is what I believe Bol Bol needs to learn. How does somebody with a thin, long, wiry frame make an incredible impact on the court without scoring? And if Bol Bol can dedicate himself on that end, it will allow him to position himself to be a long-tenured veteran player. And he may even have an opportunity to grow into an all-star type player, but it's going to start on the defensive end. He has to learn to be consistent in playing with a high level of energy on that end of the court, maximizing his physical tools to be able to cover and do what few other players have the ability to do. Now, if he does, I think it'll be amazing. But as always, I want to know what you all think. Get at me in the comment section. Where do you think Bol Bol lands? Does he get picked up? Is he out of the league? Do you think he's in the G League? Do you think he should go to a veteran team? If so, where do you see him going? Holler at me in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, agree with me or disagree, smash the like button for me. It definitely helps out. Hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, and hit that bell for notifications, because you know I post damn near every single day. Yo, this is Ross with The Rock Never Stops, and I'm out. Peace.